of all time, but like up there, like at least top 10 of my favorite
Mm-hmm.
movies of all time. So I heard that it was based off of a book. So I was like, oh snap, let me read the book. And I
Mm-hmm.
thought I was gonna read the book, and the book was gonna be like identical to the movie. Nope, this is totally different, bro. So first of all, we got a white man in this movie.
Hold
The
on, wait,
main
wait, sorry,
character.
sorry, sorry, real quick,
Huh?
because I'm not trying to lose viewers. Are we whipping this in somehow to something?
Oh, it's gonna be real quick. It's
Okay,
like a
okay.
white dude in this movie. This white dude lives in Harlem. First of all, they're not in New York. It's not a. Remember how they had a cure for cancer? Like that's how
Yeah, quite a while,
everything started. Like the lady had a cure for cancer. She did
maybe.
like a little news broadcast, and then like the cancer cure turned everybody into like zombies or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's not how it happens in the book. Everybody has a plague. They catch a plague and shit, and they all turn into vampires. They're like literal vampires,
Okay.
and like there's living vampires and dead vampires and stuff. And he has no dog. He doesn't go crazy and try to kill all of the fucking zombies and stuff like that. And some chick save him and take him back home. That doesn't happen in the book. No, he hunts down this dog because he sees it outside and
Free
he
game.
fucking brings it home.
I
And
I love
then
it. Free game. I love
wait,
it.
hold on. One
Come
thing,
on,
bro.
come
One
on,
more
man. I'm
thing,
losing viewers, bro. What we
bro,
talking about?
bro,
What we
bro,
doing?
bro,
Let's
bro.
get to
He
some content.
bro, does the chick in the movie? No, in the book. I'm just gonna get to this last thing. In the book, bro, he fucking chases this chick down, kidnaps her, and brings her home because he hasn't seen a woman in 3 years. But let's continue.
Okay. Did he slap her like Will Smith? See, never mind.
He
I'll answer
slap
that.
her? Did Will Smith
Uh,
slap her in a movie? I don't remember that.
he slapped somebody. All right.
All right, let's get into the tier list. Let me get
Yeah,
back to
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Where did it go? Actually, hold on. Sorry, I lost it. Okay, there it is. Why does it stop sharing? Oh, share this tab instead. Okay, bet. All right, so I guess we left off at the Sasuke Shinden Book of Sunrise, shipping in 4044.
Let's clarify. Are we
I'm
doing
glad
the
we got
novels?
Ood on here because what is this?
Because those are the after Shippuden, but like before Boruto novels. Or did you just want to
That's
start at
would
Boruto?
would you consider it still like Boruto era? Because I think Sasuke is
Ish.
an adult here. He's not teenage Sasuke.
I mean, it's a mix. Well, here, okay. Well, is Boruto born yet? That would clarify if it's the Boruto era.
No.
Okay, then it's Naruto.
No, I think so for this one,
true,
I think
'cause
it's the
last- No, it's not.
for this one, I think it's the Ketsu Ryugan stuff. With Sasuke, which I think is pretty interesting. It's like Sasuke goes into like
And
the
he does ice
underground.
release, right? He does
That
like a pseudo ice release in this one, I think.
no, that I
It's
don't
not this one.
recall
Okay.
seeing.
Mello, can you
But he
turn
got
your mic down a little bit, by the way? Just a little bit.
yeah, sure. Give me a
Your mic
second.
is perfect for me. I don't know why it's loud for him, but
I guess I would
is
have
this
to
one
cut
then?
it down on StreamYards. Yeah, so Sasuke basically he's like fighting sorry.
Is it that chick with the red eyes?
Yeah,
Hold
yeah.
Because
on.
I was in Boruto.
Hello.
Chino?
Testing. How's my audio? How's my mic? Does it
You're
sound loud?
fine.
Does
You're
it sound
perfect to
good?
me. It was never loud in my ears. But
Okay.
is this the one that's actually in Boruto where he fights the chick with the red eyes and she controls the
So
blood or something like that?
this is not Boruto. This is the end of Shippuden, and
Mhm.
Boruto's not born yet. So like Naruto's like 19. They're
Mhm.
just hooking up really with their significant others. So yeah, but this is like Sasuke fighting in this tournament in his underground. He's working with Orochimaru to find out like this whole Ketsu Ryugan thing because they like blew up somebody outside of
Yeah, this
Konoha.
happened in Boruto. They animated.
No,
Well, I'm not saying this happened in Boruto. This was in Boruto.
no, it's just end of Shippuden.
Yeah, it's the
This is in
novel where
Shippuden?
Sasuke
Really?
confirms he's stronger than Kaguya. Mello, is it? That's this one, right?
This is where he says that he thinks he can defeat a threat beyond Kaguya.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah, yeah.
Isn't it okay? So this isn't the one where he
Which
where
sorry, by the way, I actually have a video explaining why all of that's not factually accurate. Check it out on the channel. Quick promo, but yeah, check it out.
so this isn't the one where like he's like you said he was in a tournament and then like people was blowing up in like the audience and shit, right?
Yeah, because like her,
Okay.
she can control blood, but that's not the Boruto.
Right. Okay. I thought that I saw that in Boruto
No.
though. Okay, you might be right.
Yeah.
I'll take your word for it. Okay.
Yeah, Boruto's not born yet. Yeah.
But I know what episode. I know what this is though. I remember.
Yeah. And the Shikamaru one, that one is where Shikamaru is from a novel adaptation where he infiltrates this kind of basically like this place where people are not content with like the shinobi world. Kakashi's the Kage at this point. Naruto's still being groomed for the role, and basically it's this guy who worked with Zabuza, and in the Mist Village, and they fail for their little coup d'etat, and kind of like he has like this genjutsu that's auditory that he puts people under a genjutsu, and Shikamaru kind of falls victim. He has like these new characters that kind of rock with him that are on his team, and it's pretty interesting. It's a good little Shikamaru arc. But yeah, so that's what these two are.
That one I never seen.
Yeah, it happens
Did
in the
they
Land of
animate that
Silence.
one?
It's where we get to
Yeah.
see Shikamaru end up with Tamari as well as Ino end up with Sai, but that might be anime only.
So did they animate this
Yes.
novel? Okay.
Yeah, both
Because I
of
know
them.
they
Yeah.
animated the Sasuke that Sasuke novel that you got
Yeah.
that we're talking about.
That was around
So
Christmas.
we're all right. So if we're rating the novel as far as like the series go, where would you rate it on the scale that we have it on? Personally, I'll give it. I say it was a B. I'll give it a
Yeah,
B.
the Sasuke one a B, the Shikamaru one a C.
I think they're both sophisticated,
They're pretty good arcs.
and pretty mature, but I would give them both a C.
Yeah,
Both
that's
a
not to
C?
say that they're bad, because I don't think Tenchi Bridge is bad. I think it's still good. It's just compared to the rest of the arcs.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Is there any way I can? Let me see if I can up the quality. No, I can't. Okay, never mind. It's fine.
Because I'm definitely going with B, but
I mean, we can put them in B. I'm not like down that hill. I just don't think it's as good as like say the Search for Tsunade or like what is this like the Sakura versus Sasori stuff or Itachi? Why is Itachi at B?
That's just the
What
picture.
are you guys on?
Oh god, Kamui, you're loud too. Kamui, you want to turn your mic down a little?
Kamui, you're crazy loud. Maybe,
Jesus Christ, dude.
The Itachi one isn't actually Itachi, it's leading up to it. It's forming Team Taka. So like getting to Suigetsu, Karin, and the third one, Jugo.
Okay. Free game, maybe you have to adjust Kamui on your end since you're like the host.
Last time you guys told me I was too quiet.
Kamui, don't talk, please. Or whisper.
Oh, it's because I got him all the way up though. That's why. Because I guess he was too quiet last time. So go ahead, Kamui, talk. You probably.
Okay, Jesus, I was gonna say like last time you guys said I was way too quiet, and I was like, I'm gonna be quieter than that.
Maybe cut it down like a little bit more.
Okay.
Say something.
So should I do anything or just let free game do it?
No, I can do it. You're good.
Okay.
I cut it down 50%.
Stay where we are.
Try like 40%.
What arc are you guys on?
Oh no! Wait! That sounds perfect. Never mind. Don't do that.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Perfect.
So where are you guys at right
we're
now?
on the Sasuke Shippuden Book of Sunrise. I rated it a B.
That's the one where he like fights like Chino, the Katsuri Yugon lady, right? You mean?
Yeah, the chick who can control blood, and she was having people explode and stuff. And I think Sasuke was actually running around with them for a little bit, and she was able to shapeshift somehow too.
That was
no, that was her partner.
Yeah.
Her partner, yeah, there you go. The
blue-haired dude.
Right?
Yeah, I like that arc because there's like a history between them, but it all kind of links back to Konoha.
Yeah. I think they destroyed her whole clan, like the Uchiha.
Yeah, the
clan
Uchiha.
destroyed her whole clan.
Yeah, it was like a vengeance type of thing.
I swear I saw that in Boruto. That's crazy.
Did it have something to do with Danzo? I wouldn't be surprised if it had something to do with Danzo.
Probably.
It had to do with Hidan.
That I'm not sure.
This one.
Yeah, there was a relation. Well, it wasn't because of Hidan, but Hidan is involved with Hidan just like goes to that valley or something. It's not anything major really related to Hidan, but he's like loosely connected.
Yeah, Hidan confirms their death, which is funny because that means Hidan had the potential to steal a Katsuri Yugon. Imagine. That's crazy.
Wow. Yeah, facts.
Bro, he probably killed himself. But it does work with his like blood stuff, so yeah, that's pretty cool.
I mean, honestly speaking, like their ability is to manipulate blood, and in a sense, so is Hidan's as well as Ryugu. I think that was his name, the pseudo Hidan guy in the Takashi Mirai novel. So we don't know the extent of exactly what experiments they did to Hidan, but it honestly kind of makes sense and is possible if like kind of like how like Hashirama cells will give you diluted Hashirama powers. If in a sense they did something with the Ketsuryugan people's clan, the Chinawiki clan, and like they got like a side effect power from it or something. Where that's what we see with Hidan. But I mean, his is obviously different, but it is manipulating blood. So there could be like some sort of wacky connection.
Maybe.
Either way, though.
But yeah, I put both of those in C, the Shikamaru one and the Sasuke one. I'm fine with that being in C. But I'm also okay with it being in B too.
In terms of the novels,
for me at least,
I think they have more world building, but I think the anime makes the Sasuke one more interesting than the Shikamaru one because the Shikamaru one cuts out even more. But they still have a decent amount of world building. But novels just have more for both.
Yeah, well, I mean, anime's doing anime things. I've never read the books, but as the anime version goes, honestly though, I don't know if I actually think they're better than the Tenchi Bridge arc, which we haven't seen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like, I enjoy this story. I think it, like, with Shikamaru's, I liked the villain's ability with a talking sound genjutsu. It was actually kind of cool. I liked it. And I like Shikamaru in it, and I like Sasuke in his novel. But, like, honestly speaking, I feel like Orochimaru in Tenchi Bridge, much better as a villain. Naruto in the Tenchi Bridge, I thought that was good for his character. I feel like there's more in the Tenchi Bridge, not gonna lie. Like,
I'd be fine putting him in C.
Yeah, I'm fine with C.
So both of them in C. Sorry, I'm trying to like do a fix.
Yeah, between the two, I don't know which is better.
Sasuke one's definitely better.
Okay, so
I haven't watched them in a long time.
I think the Shikamaru one's better in my opinion, but
could-
I don't care. I don't care about the order.
You
I don't
could
care about the
argue
order.
it's better for the world building, but I think the Sasuke story is better.
Fair enough.
I can't even debate on weaknesses I've never seen the Shikamaru one. I'm gonna have to actually watch it if it's animated, or I might just read the novel.
I think it's a lot of personal preference.
But wasn't Gengo the villain? Like, wasn't his motivation related to the Fourth Great Ninja War in some capacity? I don't remember the specifics anymore.
Yeah, it's not.
But didn't it have to do with?
I think it's less personal though, which is why I'm saying more so the story. It's more so plot driven than character driven. Whereas Chino's motivation in the Sasuke
Shikamaru, if I remember right, was good in the novel, but I do agree in a sense that like I think the world tie-in probably would be like better with the Shikamaru one, but I think the Sasuke and Chino storyline as characters is probably superior. This is all going off memory though. Yeah. So I think I would agree with you.
I mean, keep in mind, this is the #1 Madara fan saying the Madara-centric novel is worse. That's how you know it has to be worse.
It makes a good point there. The brother makes a good point. Yeah. So, all right. So I think
just put the Sasuke one just barely above it.
Yeah.
Sasuke one just barely above it. All right, hold on. My bad. Like I'm literally trying to create a thumbnail and do this at the same time. So you said put Sasuke one above it?
Yeah.
And we can move on just like one slot above it.
All right, bet. So the next one is the last.
Oh, dude, I'm not gonna lie. This one
peaked,
might be my lowest one.
I liked it.
Really?
I
like the last.
I say it's A. It's an A tier to me.
Free game. I think we don't have to be defending it, but I think Melo's I think he's right as well. Yeah, I think it's A tier as well.
Yeah, I think I would go definitely.
I mean, it's fine. I think,
but I would definitely put it A tier. It was.
I mean, for me, I honestly, relative to, it's not that I hate the movie, but relative to all these other ones, it is my least favorite. I like every single one of these other arcs more. I don't really care for Toneri. In the movie, I like him in Boruto, not so much the last. I don't like the fact that Naruto and Hinata weren't already together before this movie, so that just immediately makes me dislike it.
But that'd be a complaint with the series, not with the movie.
No, I mean, yes, it is, because Naruto acts like he doesn't know Hinata loves him when she's already told him.
Okay, but Kamui, I'm not going to critique the tuning exams because Haku died in the Land of Waves, so he's not around.
No, Oodie, the problem, okay, if Naruto, if Sasuke says, Naruto, we are equals, hypothetically in the Chunin exams, and then Naruto acts like Sasuke says this for the first time at the end of Shippuden, I'm gonna be like, bro, he already told you that. I'm not gonna critique the earlier one for saying. I'm gonna critique the later one for acting like it never happened.
No, I think
You know what I mean?
I think Naruto just doesn't know what romantic love is. Like I think Naruto has love for his village, and when she says like "I love you," I think he might feel like "I love you" as like a comrade, right? Or like how he loves ramen. I think Sakura even alludes to this.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't have like a conception, or I won't say like stupid, but it's just not in his. He's in his own little world, and in his world at the time, romantic like love at that level is just not there. It's only when he gets like he can feel her emotions. Does her emotions affect his emotions? So she almost makes him like emotionally more mature through that like genjutsu, and then he can like understand what romantic love is.
Technically, Hinata doesn't do a romantic confession either, based on the Japanese, because they have Japanese words for like romantic love. She doesn't use any of those. She just says that she basically really likes Naruto, which, hey, Kamui, I really like you in the same way I really like ramen. So it makes sense.
I mean, that's something I can't call. I mean, I obviously have not read the Japanese in the Japanese. So if that's the case,
the English subtitles change it, I think, as well as the English dub. But yeah.
I know it's "I love you" in the dub, absolutely, and I'm pretty sure the sub says that as well.
So like, where we
Japanese says like "I really like you" as a friend instead, essentially. Okay, that's better, but I mean, like, what does he think when she's holding his hand and shit? I don't know. It's just like I said, I don't care if you say it's completely biased. For me, I feel like Naruto should have already been with Hinata.
He admits he's
so it's like just seeing him go from 0 to 100 when he should have already been at like 80. It's just, I'm not a fan of that.
Plus, there's a lot going on anyways. Like, Hinata says that she literally can't be with Naruto right now because there's a war going on. She's not even going to bother till after the war.
Okay, this is after the war by like 2 years.
She's shy. Oh. Give her a break.
Okay, so I like this movie because the soundtrack is fantastic. I think the art and animation are peak. Obviously, it's like a movie. And I really like how at the beginning you can kind of see like this is what I kind of wanted from the Boruto series, but in the last, to where Naruto is at the peak of his powers. Like he's using like Rasen Shuriken with in base. Like this dude's like everything about him is just like
that stuff. That was cool.
Yeah, I love seeing Sage Mode. Again, just like normal Sage Mode, but just him as like an adult now. I really loved to see like this kind of like budding romance that's occurring between them and how like shy and timid he actually is. It's like a whole new like field of combat that he's just not familiar with, and like that little montage of them kind of, and then you also see like the montage of their interactions, and then you see like Hinata, like. I really felt like Hinata's a grown-ass woman. Like her vibes in this movie, she wasn't all timid and shy in the same way. She was very assertive towards like the middle part of the movie, to where she was making choices that she knew would hurt Naruto, but she still made them nevertheless because it was like for the greater good. So it was like the sacrificial thing. And I really like Toneri as a villain because in the actual Boruto anime, at least in the early parts, his story is super intriguing. Now, they never pulled the trigger on that, which I hope that's at some point we will. But everything is set up perfectly. The stuff like Urashiki in the Boruto era that kind of like call back to this. The whole Hamura stuff linking to like the Byakugan princess is just good. The fight is good. Just everything's good. So I really rock with this movie heavy. I actually think I would put it
you said A already.
Above Konoha Crush, because I don't even know why that's an A tier.
No, where's Guido?
I don't even know why that's an A tier, bro.
I'd put it at the top of it.
All right, look, I understand I'm outnumbered. I want a D tier, but don't you dare put it above Konoha Crush. Okay, that's where I draw the line. You put Konoha Crush above it, and I won't say anything more.
Well, let me give my reasons for why I love it.
I'm gonna take my foot and like erase that line that you just made because.
So like Mello was saying, it has a lot of banger soundtracks. Not only that, it just has a lot of nostalgia in it. It starts off with a bang with Sasuke versus Kinshiki. Or wait, no, that's the next movie. Okay, never mind. Wrong movie. Okay, it's fine. Both movies are great soundtrack. All right, for this movie specifically,
it's a movie. Yeah, again, when we get to that one, that one's going high.
Again, I love the nostalgia, especially at the the beginning where you see the camera like rotating around Naruto as it changes from kid to teen to adult. The animation is great. Naruto feels strong in this movie. Not only that, they call back to the manga with the yellow chakra, which is amazing. Unlike Kamui, I think this movie is great because of the romance aspect. We get to go from essentially 0 to 100 because they have no romantic connection before this, which I think is fine because there was no room to fit it in within Shippuden anyways. Here, it actually takes
that's where I disagree.
It takes time to focus on it.
It was already fit in as it was.
It takes time to focus on it. We get to actually breathe and live in the moment. When you get to see Hinata like going back and forth, whether or not she's going to give Naruto the scarf, and the scarf holding such symbolic meaning within the movie, with especially Hinata thinking someone else gave Naruto his blue and white striped scarf, when actually it was Kushina's scarf, and that holds so much value to Naruto. We get that plot revelation towards the end. I love the whole aspect of the world ending. That's really what this movie was tied around. Naruto as a kid being like, the world's not going to end, and then later on the world is going to end. You get to see Sasuke for a cool moment as well. And Toneri, you can say whatever you want about Toneri's love.
Cool moment in that movie.
Toneri's love for Hinata, you can throw that out the window, whatever. I think it ties in fine. You could say it ruins Toneri's character. I think having it as an aspect for Naruto to overcome in terms of a conflict is fine, but really the whole aspect is Toneri's ideology of why he wants to destroy the world. That's what this movie is tied around. That makes him the antagonist and Naruto the protagonist of why the world needs to continue on. Tying back into shinobi history, the final theme within Naruto, because Naruto is carrying the backs of all of shinobi history on him to say this is why the world needs to continue. It's not a failure because I'm proving it. I'm living proof of it. I'm going to prove it to you. And then he destroys Toneri and the Tenseigan in that final clash as well, which is actually also a callback to Naruto Movie 1, the finale with Naruto versus Toneri. Very symbolic, very great way to wrap up the entire series. It's Naruto the Last. It's the last for a reason. It ties together everything that it needs to.
Well, damn.
Yeah. No,
I say any more after that?
I
that was perfect.
I think we're done with the Naruto section. That was good.
That was beautifully tied in. I ain't got nothing to add. But all right, so we're starting at the Konoha. Sorry, I need glasses, and this is very small. So hold on, real quick.
Actually, we're not done with Naruto. This last one is technically.
Okay, so this is like the wedding stuff for like Hinata and Naruto towards the tail end of Shippuden, and I personally think this is A tier, in my opinion. I love like the.
This was so funny. I know that.
Yeah.
I love the slice
the
of
Orochimaru scenes.
I love the slice of life stuff, and I also really like
Orochimaru scene was funny.
There's one scene in particular that just like hit harder than a motherfucker, and that was like when Naruto asked Iruka to be his what is it? I don't know. Like
his father.
His
father.
His father. Yeah.
Technical
his father. Yeah.
I literally cried, bro. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend, bro. Like it brought everything full circle. It was so I got flashbacks like nostalgia of like him taking Naruto to like the ramen shop and the next Hokage, a ninja legend. Like literally, Iruka is him when it comes to like saving Naruto and helping Naruto out. So that alone to me, and like this Konohamaru trying to like get gifts for Naruto and like filming everything, you get to see all these other characters interact, and it's like this really interesting feeling I felt at the time because there's like this sense of like growing up and like the loss of childhood, but also like something new starting and beginning in adulthood. And it was like this really interesting feeling. It's very magical to me. So I fuck with this one on a personal level. But yeah.
For me, it's a perfect send-off for the characters. We get to see them transitioning from point A of their life to point B, such as Shikamaru getting with Tamari. We get to see Iruka's story here from like start to end almost, as it's a Iruka-centric arc. He's essentially the main character as we see him go through the struggle of what he's going to get Naruto. To do that, he has to interact with all these other characters that go along Naruto's journey as well, such as Kiba or Kankuro or whoever else, Killer Bee. And so, especially with Konohamaru doing the camera stuff and Orochimaru, that's a whole funny scene with Neji. One of the funnier scenes.
Yeah, but Neji?
definitely great music, great soundtrack. The fact that they keep Naruto especially, but also Hinata for most of the part, out of this arc almost entirely is very interesting as a send-off to their character, just to emphasize their importance. You don't even get to see them. But also, going back to the ramen guy and seeing, oh my god, that episode where he makes Naruto's gift, a lifetime pass for ramen, that hit hard for me. Give me chills every time. Like Mel was saying, it's not just the moment in the final episode where Naruto asks Saruka to be his father, but that entire final episode gives me chills. And like Mel, I cried. I go back to that episode every year. It's the perfect send-off, not for Naruto and Haruka, but for every character, in my opinion, in the entire series. And then the very final scene, you get to see Naruto and Hinata essentially walk off into the sunset as it just fades to white. The perfect familial feeling. It just gives you such a lighthearted, really warm feeling. It's just so nice to see.
Is it good, man? It's good. Where are you ranking it though?
Oh crap. Probably B, but I feel like A is completely fair.
I'm okay with B. I think B is fair.
If it's, I would say top of B in that case.
Yeah.
I agree with everything I said.
Kamui's volume kind of shot back up for some reason. I don't know if it's just me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's because I slightly moved my mic.
Yeah, I was gonna say that has to be on his end.
Let me try to fix that again.
But you're fine on my end. I don't know why.
Yeah,
it's
you're
like,
good now.
like that for everybody else.
It's StreamYards, bro. It's mid.
No.
Dude, get rid of it, bro.
Sounds
But
good to me. I don't know why it sounds different for you guys.
You're good though, Kamui.
Well, anyway,
when I listen to
this
it on
arc,
stream, everything sounds good. I don't know.
Oh well, I did move my mic so that like that could be completely on me, but I'm gonna try not to touch it for the rest of the stream.
Yeah,
I'll also say
you guys said I was super loud. I rewatched the stream and I can barely hear myself.
I think we can probably proceed with the ranking though. Yeah, we're good.
We also get to see
Anyway.
Kakashi as Hokage for one of the only times in this arc. In fact, he has some mistakes as Hokage. We can see him have a very human struggle because he doesn't know how to interact as well. And so that's sort of a transitionary piece for him as well, sort of going from his role of almost reluctant, sort of like Shikamaru was early on, as just the leader of Team 7, not the biggest villain in the world, to the leader of the village, and seeing how he sort of handles that change in dynamic, as well as we get to see, I think in the novels, he comments on Obito as well, so that's clearly still a part of him. But essentially saying how he goes from how he started to this final version of him, very nice.
He's the best Hokage ever, bro. Statistically.
Honestly, yeah. You see it in the Shikamaru novel as well. A lot of Kakashi greatness as Hokage. This arc specifically, though, it's just like, is it like plot-wise anything? No, it's just pure entertainment in a lot of ways. Like, it's very nostalgic. It just feels like a great full circle ending for a lot of things. It's got the funny stuff with Konohamaru and Orochimaru. It's got the emotional stuff with Naruto, Haruka, and so on. Yeah, and it
just feels
I think
good.
top of B, maybe bottom of A, but one or the other.
Only thing that got me was the Haruka thing, bro. That was a beautiful scene. But other than that, I hardly remember.
Oh come on, you didn't even laugh during the Orochimaru scenes.
The Orochimaru, yeah. It's like certain scenes that I
like, come on, that alone is.
Yeah, that was hilarious. That was hilarious. It's like certain scenes from this I remember, but I don't like. This wasn't something that really like impacted me in a way for the series, except for like the Haruka part.
It's very much like I said. I don't want to say fan service, but it's just like
strung my heartstrings on that one.
No, it's definitely fan service for sure. Like it's like in the way that like the Land of Waves arc, in my opinion, is like the perfect opening for a battle shonen manga. I think this is like the perfect ending for one. It's just they stuck the damn landing. The only thing I wanted to see, maybe because this more fan service, top of fan service, like cake and ice cream at the same time. I just wanted maybe to see like Naruto as a Hokage.
At the same time. That's amazing.
Nothing. I'm not saying anything is wrong. But I just want to see like Naruto as Hokage, maybe like on like his face. And then like I don't know, he stopped somebody from doing something. He just looks cool as fuck, and everybody's basking in his like fucking halo glory, like bowing down to him as Hokage Naruto. That's what I kind of wanted to see. But yeah.
Or like another one that I think this one would be very reasonable for them to do. But you know how like Hiruzen, I know we'll all meme about how much he's a dickhead to Naruto, but like a big thing with part one is that Hiruzen's like the nice old man who, you know, he's got some nice words for every single person. Something like that with Naruto, where you just see him say something really nice and motivational to some young kid. That could have been a cool send off too.
How cool would it have been? I mean, maybe you guys feel completely differently. If Boruto wasn't Naruto's kid, like if the next main protagonist wasn't Naruto's kid, and then like we had
I
that
wouldn't have
scene
no problem with that.
where Naruto like hey kid, like somebody told me once, blah blah blah. He passes on like some wheel of fire shit, and that kid takes that into like the new series. I think that kind of would have been
That
sick.
would have been
But
better. Yeah, I think that would have been better.
That
well,
could have been
I'm not saying it would have been
It would have
better,
been very
but I do
different.
think it would have been really cool though. For sure.
I think honestly though, even if it wasn't necessarily like what Boruto was going to be about, if Naruto just like did that at the end of the story, just have that scene.
We get that in the Parent-Child
Either way,
Day
then.
novel. But yeah.
No, but I get what Melo's saying is like to end it off like that. Like,
Yeah.
are you talking about getting another series after that based on this kid, or like just ending off like Naruto?
Yeah, yeah, like maybe if you wanted to do like another series, like kind of like Naruto, like passed the torch in a way, not in like some big grandiose way, but like in a super subtle way. I'll give you an example that no one
like
here will
Rock Lee and
ever.
his friends. That would have been amazing.
Huh? What? Who?
Oh,
Zaku,
okay.
the sound guy.
Rock Lee. You never. You guys
Oh,
never seen,
oh,
you
I was
guys
like,
ever
wait,
seen that Rock Lee spinoff?
I saw like the Sasuke fight, and that was it. But I know what you're talking about. Oh, like Zaku, right? We bringing that brother.
No,
Rock
Lee.
What's
dead?
bringing back Dosu, if anything?
Oh God, not Dosu.
Mellow nose.
But yeah, no, I think that would have been pretty cool. But like this, here's an example that nobody will ever get. Okay, but it's like at the beginning of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, like the last protagonist's name was Yuki. He just kind of randomly comes up and he gives Yugi a card. And he's
I
like,
remember you.
I think you're going to need this. He's like, oh, thank you, Mr. King of Games. And then he like fucks off and goes away for like ever. And then like next thing you know, like it's like a passing of the torch. It's super subtle, nothing grandiose, no flashing lights, but something like that could be really cool. And last thing I will say, I'm like one of the only people Kamui that actually gives Hiruzen a lot of credit for Naruto.
Yeah.
He sent Aruka Naruto's way, which we already know Aruka is cooking.
Yeah, there's a lot of things he actually did behind the scenes.
It was
like sending Kakashi.
He could have done too.
For like Naruto's new Nindo as an adult, once he like fulfills his dream, he actually goes back to Hiruzen's Nindo, something like that. His like ideology to where like the village is his family, and I think he like
exactly
specifically
literally
mentions
Hiruzen's
that.
words.
Yeah, so Hiruzen has like a profound
honestly,
impact on Naruto.
Honestly, Hiruzen did do him kind of nice because how lit would it be to be a 9-year-old and have your own apartment?
I think that shit would suck for me, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
Nah, bro. I think that shit would have been fire if I had my own apartment at 9. I would have been flexing.
I ain't gonna lie, I would have been a
mom
mess.
and dad? I got my own spot, bro. What?
If free game was Naruto, he'd be inviting Hinata over every night.
Every night, bro. Hinata would have been over.
I would have been a mess.
Sakura would have been through, bro. I probably would have been even trying to get Ino to pull up, nigga. I'm telling you. What?
Hey, tomorrow, you in town?
Hey.
No, I think for Hiruzen, just to kind of cap this off so we can move on to Boruto. I think for Hiruzen, like he definitely didn't do Naruto as well as he could have, but he did some things for him for sure. But
yeah, he did.
I mean, like it's more so nitpicky stuff. It's like he did what actually mattered from like a setting Naruto's ideology, I guess you could say. He did a lot of key things for that, but like could he have technically hung out with Naruto more? Probably. But I mean, it is what it is. He is the hope.
I think that
if Naruto doesn't have time, think about it this way: if Naruto doesn't have time to be with his own kid, what makes you think Hiruzen has enough time to be with someone else's kid?
I just think he could have fostered like more bonds that Naruto would have developed with people sooner than what he did with Haruka. That's my thing. Like, there's no way he's been observing like Minato's kid this whole time. You don't see him like he knows why he's acting out, and he's been doing that for a while. So like you have no like cure for that ailment like until he's like 12. That's insane.
Naruto also needed the hardships, otherwise Kaguya ends the world. But yeah.
you know, in fairness, it is possible that Hiruzen has actually tried and it just didn't work. Because at the end of the day, almost nobody in the village likes Naruto. It doesn't matter if he sends him Mizuki. If Mizuki hates his guts, you know, it might have just been really hard to find someone who would actually be there for Naruto.
I mean, like a caregiver, like a woman. Like, hey, like we'll pay you certain money. Like you go over there, like you.
But she probably would have been scared because he's the 9-tails fox, though. Like, so it kind of would have been hard. And then
I mean, I'm
village,
sure
his parents.
I'm sure we could like write a character that, you know, can look past the kid's predicament, X, Y, and Z. I'm just saying, like, I'm sure those types of people do exist, and maybe we can like have an accept. Maybe she's a shinobi, but she's like a particularly caring shinobi or whatever the case may be. But I don't know. But yeah,
I
what's
mean,
the first arc of
say,
Boruto?
I think that
I
Hiruzen
agree,
did
but
what
on
he
the other
did
hand,
because
just from
sorry, go ahead. No, go ahead, Kamui. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, like, but from Naruto's perspective, think about how much more impactful it is to find someone who, like, genuinely was there for Naruto on their own volition. They weren't paid to do it. Iruka just acknowledged Naruto of his own free will. He wasn't paid to do it. He wasn't convinced to do it. He literally just it's like, you know what? He's my student. He's not a monster. And I think, like, imagine if Naruto found out, you know, let's just say he's got, you know, Auntie Ino is coming over every day, and then he finds out in the future from Mizuki or something that, you know, that lady was paid to be your friend. She doesn't actually like
remember,
you.
That technically it's because he related to Naruto.
Is it like something similar that happened to
Gaara,
right? Because Gaara wasn't that who like it was his guardian or his sister?
In Gaara's case, so it's like the reverse. Yashimaru actually liked Gaara, but he was hired to pretend he didn't at the final moment.
I always thought that was a chick. That's crazy.
Nah, that's
Yashimaru was his uncle.
I mean, Hiruzen basically made it illegal to hate Naruto even while Danzo's trying to assassinate him. So
no, so but let's not forget the point though. The point is from Hiruzen's perspective, not Naruto's, right? So like if we're talking about like what Hiruzen ought to do or should have done, then I think that's something that he should have attempted to do. Now, regardless of how that would have turned out for Naruto, I think it's something reasonable to have pursued, more or less.
But I think that if you would have showed, I think if you would have showed Naruto more special attention, though, it would have drew people to know that, you know, he is possibly the son of the previous Hokage.
Called Uzumaki for a reason.
He has his yellow hair. You know, I mean, even though for some reason
in
the Naruto Boruto series they don't like coincide those similarities for whatever reason.
They literally called him Uzumaki. Like, I don't know, like Kushina was an Uzumaki. So there's that. But then and then he has like the Uzumaki like swirl, like the Land of Eddies or whatever on his jacket.
But
and then even
have the red hair.
But he has the name. I think the name would even be more of an indicator to like.
No,
I'm Naruto Uzumaki. The next it's like Uzumaki.
You know, actually, that's funny though. The Uzumaki were literally targeted. Wouldn't that be more dangerous?
Yeah, it's literally like they were better off naming him like fucking. I don't know.
Namikaze.
Naruto Namikaze, dude. That's less of a target.
Sarutobi actually works.
Just don't get. Don't make him a Sarut because then he's a target at like Lord Third. Like he's related to Lord Third by some. Just call him Naruto and call it a day. Like that's literally all you needed.
Just don't give him a last name.
You know what? How about this? If Hiruzen did more, he probably would have just been impeached. If not by the people, then by the elders.
No. Okay, I think we're talking about this for a minute, but so I don't think him going out like trying to give Naruto some kind of caregiver, some grandiose act that would have like had Naruto outed as like something special. I think it's just a bare minimum that a person would do for a child in the charge.
Yeah. You know, honestly speaking, I feel like he should have said Jiraiya to Naruto is what he should have. If you had to pick something, because Jiraiya,
out of the village.
He knows it's me. I know he. Yeah, I was about to say that.
Freaking they couldn't find him. They tried. They said we've been looking for you for 12 years.
Who said that?
I forget. Ebisu?
I don't think they said they were looking for you. They just said, "Where have you been?" I don't know.
Okay, then they didn't know where he was. How do you send someone for him?
Okay, that's fair. Okay, that's more of a critique on Jiraiya, I guess. Like, why the hell did he not do what he did?
Because Jiraiya was out there chasing cat, bro. That's why he said, "I'm a single man, bro. I ain't got no children. I'm out there." Yeah,
Tsunade was on that bullshit. So yeah, I feel
Tsunade was on that BS. So Jiraiya was out there doing his thing.
You know what? With this Naruto wedding arc, I disagree because I feel the Naruto wedding arc did pass the torch. At the end of every episode, they told you it's this many days till the wedding. That's for the viewer. It's like every 7 days they count it down because it's a 7-day release schedule. And so that's the Universe episode. It's telling you it's a finale. It's coming to a close. At the end of the final episode, you get Naruto fist bumping Boruto. And then it's the preview for the next episode is the Boruto episode 1/arc 1. It's
we got it ranked already, so let's move on to let's actually get into Boruto. So Invincible has trust in us. He has faith in us. that we're actually going to be fair with this Boruto tier list. So let's actually let's
Well, we're
disappoint
gonna be
him.
fair, yeah.
No,
I don't
let's
know what he's
disappoint him.
hoping for, but we'll be fair.
We're going to put them
Like,
all
we will be
on
honest.
D, and D is not even on there no more.
I'm gonna have to cut the volume down.
But,
Okay, so the Academy arc for Boruto.
yes.
This is like the stuff with the dark chakra. There's like a lot of Boruto and his like friends like Shikadai and
And it's the
mostly
new way arc
Shikadai.
too, right?
Yeah. Well, that's the dark chakra stuff linking to New Way. They're basically it's like a lot of episodic stuff leading to like a big conclusion. It all builds up to like the New Ways, the Sumire stuff, the Gozu Tenno Seal, linking back to Danzo, of course.
Right. Actually,
Yeah,
this arc
so
was
I think
pretty good, honestly.
this arc is a good starter.
Starter arc,
It's a bit unfair though for this arc because it comes off like the fourth grade ninja war. There's stuff after in Shippuden anime, but really the fourth grade ninja war in Kaguya. And then going into this, it's like okay, it was slice of life, bratty little kid, Naruto, little baby Naruto, episodic, heavily episodic, and then you get like some interesting climax at the end of the arc. I'll give this one a B. I think it's a good starter.
For me, Mitsuki and Sumire hard carried this arc. Like they are the clear highlight, at least for me. Mitsuki was really interesting, and then the build up to Sumire's reveal was really nice. Where exact? I mean, yeah, I think it's pretty solid, but I want to put in B, but at the same time, I'm asking myself, is it actually better than the Tenchi Bridge arc? I almost feel like we just need.
Bro,
to
you really like that bridge, bro. That's
really
crazy.
So, like,
I
for
mean,
the Boruto,
look,
for this
dude,
Boruto tier,
Naruto versus Orochimaru.
Hold on, real quick.
Naruto's reaction to the fact that he hurt Sakura.
Good luck, free
the
game.
mystery with Sage. I mean, honestly, bro, come on.
But all right, so for the Boruto tier list, let's kind of ignore the Naruto stuff and let's just like.
No, you gotta compare it to Naruto.
No,
that's why you have to do a different tier list then.
Well, we're comparing.
Yeah, I gotta compare it to Naruto.
You either remove the Naruto or you do it with the Naruto.
All right, that's cool.
My bias can't. I think the thing that carries this arc for me personally is like the there's a lot of good stuff here. It's really the Toneri stuff. He's like sneaking in every other episode. It's like Destiny, how would Boruto combat this? Or like that New Way. It's like he keeps hinting at like this big grand thing that never really comes. And like the and like the Jogan. Yeah, this stuff was crazy. The execution is non-existent. Yeah, the Jogan stuff was super cool, and we're all like anticipating.
Wasn't he like not predicting, but wasn't he preparing them for Momoshiki and Kinshiki though?
No.
I mean, it's really vague.
Wasn't that like the grandiose thing he was preparing them for?
No, he says like no, because he's like the gods shall soon descend upon this land, and then he didn't even know about like the main branch was actually real, and then Urashiki shows up. He's like, that's why we were dispatched. He's like, what you mean we? How many of there are you?
And he also calls him a celestial being instead of a god.
Yeah, so he doesn't even like know that he doesn't know for sure that they're real, let alone how many are there. So like everything he's doing is prepping Boruto for something else. You know, time is involved because he keeps talking about like destiny. And it's like this progression of the Jogan. Like the Jogan is asleep. The eye that slumbers within you is the light of hope that will guide you to the light that my hope is that this eye will guide you to the light that will expel the darkness or some shit. So it's really interesting. The New Way stuff is super interesting, linking back to like the Gozu Tenno Seal, Danzo's root organization. You get more lore about that, and of course he's getting closer to Kaguya's like jutsu, so there's like more mythology about Kaguya that's super interesting. None of this shit pays off. It's super frustrating, but I like it a lot.
I don't even want to criticize the arc for subsequent arcs for not paying it off though. But like at the same time, it's like I almost feel like you almost do to a sense have to say like none of this mattered. But like I don't feel like that should be critiquing this arc. It's kind of tricky.
Yeah. The setup is fantastic though.
The setup is like imagine if this was paid off. Like freaking
it will probably be the biggest.
A little bit more time though. Like maybe it's supposed to pay off like in the end. Like it's supposed to. Like,
I know,
instance,
but it's
like how you guys was like talking about like the last the wedding arc for Boruto, how it like tied in everything from like, I mean, not Boruto, sorry, the wedding arc from Naruto, how it tied in everything from like the one movie and whatever Ood said. Like maybe they'll tie it in at the end of Boruto and we'll get that payoff then. Maybe it's just being a little bit too impatient with the payoff.
I
mean,
don't
there's a difference.
deny
So,
that.
like the wedding arc and stuff is like stuff with Aruka and every single character. It's not like it was never paid off until the wedding. It's just that the wedding calls back to things and it hits hard.
No, I'm actually
setting up chapter 1 and paying off in chapter 500 is a different story.
I'm actually fine with it taking its time because, like, in the verse, what is like Boruto is like what this is like Academy Days. He's like 11, and then like the part one ends at 12, so maybe like 3, maybe 5 years. So like at most, so like the time frame isn't extremely large, relatively speaking. So if you want to say like within like the next 5 to 6 to 7 years, something big and grandiose is supposed to happen at this point, I'm perfectly fine with that. I do think at the end of Boruto Part 1 in the anime, they show Boruto with the Jogan again, which kind of, I'm like, okay, well, they did that for a reason, I think.
Right.
You can say, well, that was just like a teaser for whatever, but they did it, and it's canon.
Yeah.
So I think that kind of, for me anyways, linked, the end of Part 1 linked back to the beginning of Part 1 in a way. So I do think that kind of works. But as just like a setup for something, this conspiracy, like this grand thing that is supposed to be like these gears that are moving, I think it's fantastic, personally.
For me, I agree with most of what you're saying. My actual gripe comes from not this aspect. It's more so what comes later in the anime, like during the Chunin exams arc, for example, in the Urashiki arc. At least for me, I'm like, if it awakened for Nue and it was going back to sleep for like 6 years until the gods descend upon this land or whatever, fine. That's what the buildup is for. For me, it's like, okay, but it also came out for Urashiki, for Momoshiki, and so on. And then I asked myself, why does it not come out for Ishiki or Code or hypothetically the Divine Trees in the current manga or something?
Because they're mid.
Yeah, but it's like it came out for Nue. Like it's just like I feel like
to be fair,
come out
I think
Toneri,
we don't know why it comes out yet.
No, well,
Toneri will just give
us
like the fulcrum of what Boruto, like the series, is about to be about. Like he was just basically giving us the baseline of what's to come in the future. So to Blue Vortex, like I'm saying, we may get a lot of the payoff that we got from this beginning arc, this 1 to 10. What was this, 1 to 15?
That's fine with me. Like I said, for me, it's just I feel iffy about them using it barely in the Momoshiki and Urashiki situations. And it makes it feel like it should come out more often in that case. But if it never came out in those arcs, I probably would prefer it. If it was just the opening arc with Nue and then it's going to come back again in the future.
So I have a theory about this.
Me too, because like let me just say it real quick, because like, all right, so like the Jogan is like a mutated eye, right? And if you talk about germs and stuff like that, they continue to mutate if you want to compare it to that. So like most likely Boruto's eye isn't fully developed yet, and it's not where it's fully mutated to the point where it's sophisticated yet. You know what I'm saying? So that's possibly why it only activates at certain times.
Where are you getting mutated eye
because
from?
It's going through the process.
What do you mean by mutated eye? Where are you pulling that from?
Where am I pulling that from? Because it was inserted into him, so it mutated his DNA. That's not something that he was born with. It was he was born with it, but it was technically given to him. I mean, it's a conspiracy that Toneri actually provided him with the Jogan when he inserted.
We don't know what he did specifically is the problem.
What Kawaki did.
No, what Toneri. We don't know specifically what Toneri
That's
did.
What I'm saying.
We just know he did something.
Yeah. If anything, it could have lied dormant within him, and then Toneri only awakened it or activated it.
That's the problem, is we don't know what it was.
We don't know
the Urashiki end.
Yeah, so for when I take a look at the Jogan, there's one of the things that kind of surround this eye is like time, right? There's like it's asleep, like the eye that slumbers within you. So that tells me that there's like a progression that's supposed to happen. Like it's supposed to go from a state of being asleep to a state of being awakened. And then also the gate that Nue opened has been sealed. The Jogan's turn won't be coming up for quite some time, is what Toneri says. So this links Nue's this links Nue to the Jogan's power progression. So I think if it's sorry, there's like a background noise. If somebody can mute their mic, please.
That might have been me just the shaker bottle's wire when I took a sip, probably.
Yeah. So like so if we're saying okay, well, sorry, the noise is still there. Maybe freeze.
What the hell?
No,
Maybe
my mic is muted.
Okay.
That wasn't me.
You just like mute the mic, yeah. So like so when we have like Nue directly affects the Jogan per Toneri's statement. So I think it makes sense for Nue to trigger the Jogan's activation. And then we get to like Momoshiki. Well, Momoshiki in the future is like linked to Boruto. And like time is kind of relative. Like it's not like I don't believe it's linear. I think it's all like one thing. I think we had like a conversation, Oodie and I, about this. So I think the Jogan is kind of reacting to Momoshiki because in Boruto's future, that's him basically to a certain degree. And then also like the Jogan can see into the future where Momo's like you strongly inherited the powers of the Tsuzuki, but it appears that you can't use it to see into your own fate or something like that. But I can see your destiny quite clearly. That's what he says. So we know that it has future sight. And when it comes to Urashiki, he's a time traveler. And so I think there's like this aspect of like time involved to a certain degree. And I think that's pretty interesting. Getting away from that, yeah, Ishiki and Cole, they're hella mid, bro. Like, there's no way like the Jogan is gonna activate for them. Okay, like they're trash. Okay.
To be fair though, okay, so I like what you're going with this, but then my question is what's the time aspect for Nue? Or do you just have no idea? You just think there's one?
No, Nue facilitates the progression of Boruto's Jogan through Toneri's dialogue. So Nue has like a direct link to the Jogan. All right, like the gate that Nue opened had been sealed. The Jogan's turn won't
so
be.
You don't think it needs to have a time aspect? It just has. It just.
No, I think the time aspect is like where it is in its current state. Because in episode 8, Toneri visits Boruto in a dream. He says like the eye that slumbers within you. So that's why I mentioned like it going from one state to another state, and then Nue facilitates that progression. So that's a time thing. It can't so over a period of time through Nue's facilitation or influence rather, the Jogan's turn won't be coming up for quite some time, is what he says. So there's time involved there. So so the fact that they did that, it stalled Boruto's development with his Jogan. That's like confirmed through Toneri's
yes.
Yep. So yeah, that's just my theory.
I just feel like if it's gonna at the time when it awakened versus I'm gonna focus on Urashiki. Urashiki wasn't doing time travel abilities when it awakened versus Urashiki, and it actually didn't awaken when he was doing that. It only awakened when he was just doing Yamatsu Hirasaka, his space-time portal jutsu.
Yeah, so the same thing can be applied to like Momoshiki as well, right?
Yeah, but with that in mind, if it awakens for that, I'm like, okay, Ishiki at some point uses portals, and Code in particular is constantly spamming a space-time jutsu. So it has to be different from just using space-time things to make it awaken.
Yeah, so like per my theory, right? A character like Momoshiki, when awakened in Boruto, the Jogan to fight Momo's not manipulating time in that instance. But in the future, Momo's going to be directly linked to Boruto, right? So to me, people who do manipulate time, and because time isn't linear per my beliefs, I think
no, it's not linear.
Yeah, like people who have involvement with Boruto in certain like times, like Boruto's going to go back into the past, but at the time the Jogan activated, it was like they're present from their perspective. But that past event already had occurred before it ever actually occurred during that timeline, or that specific time. It's like timey-wimey shit, but it all happened already. So like when Boruto interacts with Ishiki, rather Urashiki, he had already went back in time, because the Thunder Train was in episode 1. right? And the Thunder Train is only there because Boruto went back in time before he was ever even born, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, it all already happened, but Boruto's consciousness didn't catch up with the process. But the Jogan is like out of time because it can like peer into the future, as it were. So from his perspective, Urashiki is someone who is a future entity that's going to influence Boruto via time manipulation when they go back into the past. Something like that. But that's how the theory kind of plays out. So no matter what, like Momo influences Boruto through like this idea of time. So does Urashiki. So does Nue. Every time like the Jogan manifests, it's always someone who influences Boruto through time, by some means or another. But yeah. Even Kawaki to a degree at the end of part 1, like there's the flash forward scene, right? So
so where are we
like
ranking this? I'm sorry, we've been talking about this for mad long. I don't mean to cut you off.
no, it's fine. It's fine. I put it in B.
I don't know, like something around that.
For me, it's an inarguable S, high S, inarguable.
Bottom of B or something.
Bottom of B.
I don't know. What's the one above it there?
I honestly would have put it at A, but I'll let you guys.
No, high S.
No, I don't have it at A because there's no payoff yet. It's like incomplete. But I think
got it at S.
But you don't need the payoff for the
I don't know what that is. That's doing too much. Okay, we'll give it a B. That's fine. Yeah, what's the next one? The Shin Uchiha or the Sarada stuff?
Yeah, Shin Uchiha arc.
Technically, this came first, but yeah.
This one's interesting to me.
I got mixed feelings.
Oh yeah, hit it up, Kamui.
Go ahead first. Actually, I gotta think what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, so this one's interesting to me. I think there's like some things hinting at what Orochimaru's plan might be, or something of the sort. There's like a little bit of clues, kind of building up to what I think he's ultimately trying to do. So that's interesting to me. There's also the stuff between like Sarada and Sasuke, which is mirroring the conflict that Boruto's having with his father as well, which I do think is interesting. I like that Sakura has like a really dope fight. If anything, the only and best fight in the entire Boruto series that she has. So that's a plus.
Yep.
I liked Shin Uchiha's ideology, which I think ultimately the Kage agreed with, that essentially through conflict, superior genes will manifest towards the surface and make your basically population better. Sorry, there's like noise in the background. And make your population better than it would have been otherwise, which I do think is true, because ultimately you see that bear itself out with like Boruto right now in 2 Blue Vortex. So it's not like what you do, it's how you do it, and he went about it in the wrong way, Shin Uchiha. But nevertheless, I think that was kind of like the spark that kind of let people know, hey, like the new generation are soft. But then Gaara kind of follows up, and he's like, later on, he's like, well, that's what all the old gens say about the new gen, that they're soft, they're weak, they're lame, but ultimately they rise to the occasion, and it's our responsibility to get them from point A to point B. So it's like a claim on us. If we say they suck, then we suck because we're supposed to raise them, that type of thing. So Gaara was cooking, but that's in this arc. But all in all, I think the best thing here, the highlight, would be Sakura versus Shin Uchiha. Everything else is kind of mid animation, to be honest with you. I don't know why Naruto keeps going in 6 past Sage mode versus like fodder. That pisses me off a lot. I liked seeing Suigatsu again. I like seeing Orochimaru again. I thought that was pretty cool. And the whole questioning, like, what's Karin her mom, I thought that was interesting. But outside of that, I would say that this arc is C. I give it a C. But I'm fine with B. I'm sure everyone's going to put it in B, but I give it a C.
Personally, I give this an A, and then I give that first arc an inarguable high S. But we already moved on past that. For this arc, it's crazy. First of all, it really, really hammers home the child-daughter theme, I guess, or child-son, whatever. What is it? Child father? Whatever.
Parent and child.
Thank you. That one, yeah.
I hate that shit. I hate it.
My first reaction when I saw that the screen of Sarada looking at the test results and being it's negative, I was losing my mind, flipping my you know what things that free game would like to say. I was crazy because I was like, oh my god, I can't believe they actually did that. The big, bold decisions in that. And to be fair, this is actually Naruto Gaiden, not technically Boruto, even though it's adapted into Boruto. But I think it's crazy. I think it's good with the whole Shin Uchiha thing. Bringing back the Akatsuki, bringing back the nostalgia feeling. Sarada is the perfect embodiment of both her mother and her father, which is the exact opposite of Boruto. Well, not really, but like Boruto's really trying to do his own thing. Whereas Sarada is almost trying to be the embodiment of both her parents combined together. And she does that. She lives it perfectly. It's like the anti-theme in a way. Really great, really sophisticated way to go about this thing.
I mean, I know Mello doesn't like it. I actually do like the parent-child thing with Sarada and Sasuke and how that ties in with Naruto and Boruto. There's like the parallel with because I actually like Naruto as a character a ton in this arc, the way he treats Sarada and like the messages he gives her and stuff. I thought that was really good, and it sets up a good Sarada looks up to Naruto while Boruto looks up to Sasuke thing going on, except that one happens in the movie instead. For Shin, okay, I love his ability actually. I liked the concept with the evolution, how peace has made this generation weak thing. Like you said, that's a lot what a lot of the Kage say. The only thing is, it's just it's kind of ridiculous that it's Itachi is the one he's like worshiping when it's just all wrong, and it's just kind of like funny. It's just like, no, dude, that's not what Itachi's going for at all. I think I would give it a B.
For me, I don't think that part matters, because are we really going to say like Joshin was totally all about... We don't even know if Joshin's real, first of all, but it doesn't matter for Hidan. If anything, it makes Hidan crazier, which is cooler. It's good. It's a good thing.
Yeah, but with Hidan, I felt different.
Okay, but technically every villain is diluted in some way. Like Gaara with... Who is it? Yashimaru? Technically, that just ruins Gaara, if we're gonna say that. It's just goofy.
No,
Yashimaru always loved Gaara.
I didn't say it ruined him. I said it was silly.
And Haku's ruined because Zabuza actually liked Haku the whole time.
I have questions about that dynamic, by the way. That might be a little problematic.
Questions that we're not gonna ask here.
Yeah.
I don't remember how Shin said he was going to revive the Akatsuki specifically anymore. I only watched the arc once. Like, what was that aspect specifically? I guess it doesn't really matter, but
yeah. Were you guys ranking this one?
I think B.
A.
I say C.
Crazy. Okay, I guess that evens out to B. I'm gonna put it above Sasuke finding Karin.
Where's that?
No, I was thinking
Itachi pursued that.
I see.
Yeah.
I might say right behind Search for Tsunade or something.
Like I'm fine with B. We can settle on B. That's good.
Okay.
It does have the Uchiha Queen in there, so that's true.
I mean, the thing with this in the first arc, it's like Boruto's here, Naruto's back, and it's back in action. It has such an explosive start, and every minute it's doing something with the screen time. Whether it's building lore or mystery, intrigue, or it's paying off things that you haven't seen, it's reigniting the world after 16 years where we haven't seen it. It's such a good introduction back into what Naruto is at its core. This feels like Naruto at its roots.
Are you ranking the Academy arc?
Both.
Okay. I like the Academy arc. You don't really see much of Rock Metal Lee or any of like the side characters. I mean, that's not true. I'll take that back because you do actually throughout the entire anime. Parts. No, I mean even towards the later parts when they're like in the Rain Village, Mist Village,
for him or whatever.
I mean, you can say whatever about how they do these characters later on, but the introduction of these characters, it's really cool to see Metal Lee for the first time. Especially in the anime, he goes 3 gates. We're coming right off the movie, too, where he fought Shinki, Gaara's son. It's doing that whole dynamic.
Oh, don't remind me.
Well, in the anime version, we're not coming off the movie, but...
but like for the audience,
I get your point.
Yeah. So, are we going to put Shin Uchiha in B?
Yeah, we already did.
I think right behind Search for Tsunade above Kazekage Rescue.
I'm fine with that.
Is Free Game like be right back? Or?
Yeah, he'll be back in 20 minutes. That's why I'm sharing my screen. I hope he's put it on my screen before he left. If not, then Come over to the Walky Talky podcast to see it live.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
No, for me, I would put Academy entrance exam right behind Land of Waves, above Faded Backward Brothers. That's where I would put it. Bro.
Are you kidding me, bro? Stop it.
Free game, free game. You should probably mute your mic for a bit.
Wait,
hello?
Why are there 2 free games?
Because one's in the car and one is probably his camera.
Oh no, wait.
I mean his computer.
If free game left one house to a different house, assuming that's the case, then he's just gonna be in the second stream the whole time. / unable to end it potentially. I'll let him figure that out on his.
Bro, I mean, I can end it. I can.
Wait, Oodie, did you set up?
It sounds bad.
It sounds awful.
Okay, I'll just get out. I'll be right back though.
Right.
Yeah, wherever you're talking on, just burn it, bro.
Do you have like the tier list up and all the arcs and
my
AirPods?
Stuff?
Yeah, I do.
Well, that sounds better.
Here, I'll
Okay, hold on. Let me just go watch yours.
Because I'm sharing my screen on the StreamYard, but I don't know if it's on the cloud technical pod viewing.
I'm watching the StreamYard, but like I don't know. Can you move the tier around just right now?
Yeah, I already ranked this all in the past like 10 minutes while free game said he was.
Okay, then I haven't seen anything.
No, this is the way it was already.
Are you on Discord, Oodie?
No, I'm sharing it on the StreamYard, but I'm guessing free game's not sharing it then. The only
so you logged in the StreamYard, right?
No. So I just pulled it up on my own version of it. Either way, I'm sharing my screen.
Look at that.
But are you sharing it on StreamYard? Did you log in?
No. I don't. It doesn't matter. It's just if you can like free game. I don't know if you have the. I don't think you do have the ability right now.
Well, we can just put it. We can fix it when he gets back.
Yeah,
I'll fix it when I get back. I'll be